Hi there, Kim here. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Absolutely boiling today again. Can't believe it. In the Celtic Isle, of course. I know I've said that in the last video, but I'm saying it again. It is boiling. Just to let you know, things have been a bit weird this week. We've had family bereavements last week. I'm a bit battered and bruised this week. Don't know if you can see my bruise on my arm here. But just a really weird time. Just different things happening, very stressful, very emotional. Hope you understand that. And even though things can be emotional and stressful, you can do your little bits and pieces just to keep you going and keep you active and to keep you sane as well. So just thought I'd share that with you. But I've discovered some interesting things with the Pinnacle Ultimate 22 Studio film editor. And of course it's called Pinnacle Studio 22 Ultimate, and it's to do with when you're exporting your final video but you get lost frames in that export. And I want to show you how I've managed to try and figure out what was going on. I got a bit of help too, don't forget, but I want to share with you what I actually did and to overcome all this. So I hope you bear with me and we'll check it out. So say for example you've called up your files, so you've went to file, you've went to open, and you've called up your package or your template or your movie, right? And you then want to go into, want to make sure everything's ready so that you can export it and everything like that. So if you want to do an export with your timeline and you want your timeline, your export to be the same, go into this little setting here. It's like a wheel. It's the second one from the left here, just here where my cursor is. I'll just click it now. And you can pick widescreen, standard, 360, square video. So I'm going for the widescreen 16.9, okay. Regular 2D, that's what we're going for. The HD is, you can have PAL, NTSC, widescreen HD 1280 by 720. These are the actual size of what your video stream will look like, okay? So you've got HD 1440, 1080. I'm going for the 1920, 1080. It's a good enough size and good enough quality. So I'm going to go for that one. And you can go for 23.976 for NTSC. I think it depends on your area. PAL is for European viewing, if you know what I mean. So go for PAL if you want that. 25 for PAL, that's 25 frames per second. NTSC or PAL gain, etc. So I'll just go for the 50 for PAL just for talk's sake, right? And just say apply. So I've got widescreen 16.9, regular 2D, and I'm just checking everything's working here. 2D and HD 1920, 1080 and 50 for PAL, and I say apply, right? I say there you're wanting everything set up properly and all the rest of it. So say you want to export that, right? So export. You can call it a file name, right? If you do save as timeline, it'll pick everything that you've picked from your timeline, okay? But say you say start export, and it starts to export for you. I've already done it, so I don't want to do it again. But say you start export, and then you get this missed frame, and you're going, why am I getting a missed frame? And it'll tell you it's like a square box with a circle and an arrow on it. I'll put an example of it in there for you. But that's what it looks like, and you're like, what is that? So it's a misframe, right? And you're going, why am I getting a misframe? So we'll go back into our project. Say okay. Don't save. Go back into your setup here. You've got file, edit, and setup, right? So go into setup, control panel, and go into export and preview, right? And fastest playback, I've tried everything. We go into fastest playback. There's these other best quality balance. Fastest playback will give you the best quality playback that you can have if you've got a slow system or there's maybe an issue with your system for your computer. Main monitor's on anyway. Show external preview on is none anyway, so that's okay. PAL, because we want our videos in PAL. Or you can have it NTSC, but I want PAL for European regions. Playback optimization, I've reduced it down. You can reduce it down further if you want to, 50 to 60. I've put mine at 80, or you can have it up full at aggressive. Render while play, I've got it on automatic. It's on, off, or automatic, so I just keep it on automatic. Third party codecs, this is where it comes into. That's, you know, we'll not need to know that section. It's this hardware acceleration. Hardware acceleration. This is where I was going wrong, right? If you do auto detect, right, it's putting it into CUDA, Intel, and none. But we want none. Go for none. N-O-N-E, none. Type hardware acceleration, none, right? And I've just went for checkerboard. Okay, I mean, you can do left eye, right eye, side by side, differential, checkerboard, 3D TV, anaglyph, or whatever that's called. So I just went for checkerboard. Apply and press OK, right? So then once you've that done, go into File and quit Pinnacle, close your movie, quit Pinnacle, reboot your computer, reboot your system, so when you go into, when you've quit Pinnacle, I just want to show you, I don't want to quit it. Go into your start up and do restart. Okay, so you're at your startup button for your computer, do restart, and that should do it. So then when you go into export, you don't want to do same as timeline. So you want to, you want to pick different sizes for your video size. You want to, you might want to check the frames per second. You might want smaller frames per second, 24, 25 or something like that. Audio, you want your audio a bit more, extensive. You could pick a higher one, 160. I've maybe went for mine. Peak bit rate for your video, you can go right up to 100. Or you could, obviously the bigger, as you can see, the bigger the peak bit rate, the bigger your file is going to be, right? So your file there is going to be 4.25 gigabytes. Gigabytes are bigger than megabytes, right? So put it back down to where it was, 17, whatever it was. That gives you about 1.7 gigabytes. It's a big enough file. And when you do your start export, your format, I just want to show you format. Format, you can go into, I want MPGs and custom. You can pick any of these. It's megs, very small, medium, full size. You can pick that if you want, but I go custom. And once you go, you can do any custom that you want. And just the advanced, I just have that in automatic. So the sample rate for your audio, it's at 48 there anyway. Stereo channel, you want it in stereo. 16-bit, which is cool. Bit rate, I went for the bigger bit rate of 160. Absolutely fantastic. Then when you export your video, you won't have any misframes. You won't have those nasty grey boxes. We don't want those nasty. Grey boxes. we don't want those. So that's how you do it. So I hope that's really helpful. I'll just go back into my package. Amazon Sword. We don't want to save anything. Okay. Don't save. So I hope you learned something from that, and I hope it helps you, because when you get the setup right in your control panel, at the export and preview, and basically if you pick anything here, that's okay. In this section, the quality and all that, that's okay. You pick the one that suits you, it suits your program, suits your computer. But when you go into hardware acceleration and you're having problems with those grey boxes, right? So the hardware acceleration, go into none, and that's what you pick. And hopefully that should clear any grey boxes. Now, I got that actual information about picking the acceleration button there. This acceleration, hardware acceleration button, I got that advice from Pinnacle Studio staff, because I did the timeline. I got the timeline matching my export. I did all the fastest playback for the quality, so I wouldn't have any issues. And I did all that. I put it on the PAL, I put it on the different things here, and it still didn't work. No matter what I did, it didn't work. And you know why? Because the hardware acceleration had to be on none, and then that eliminates any grey boxes. Happy days. And you can carry on with your work, carry on with your projects. Absolutely brilliant. So that's fantastic. So I'll just show you a little bit of this. I'll get this video up soon, and just want to show you something of it. And there we are. So I hope that helps you, and I hope you've learned something. And thank you for watching. Until the next time. Till the next time. Thank you for watching, and please, 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 if you think it would help someone, please repost this, and if they're using the program, maybe having some difficulties, and you can pass this information along, that would be fantastic. So I hope to see you all again, and don't forget to pass this message on if you can, and do a thumbs up for me, would be wonderful. And I hope to see you back again, and thanks again for watching, and all the best to you, and enjoy your weekend. Thank you.